Hey guys, what's up? It's V from Kongs R Us, and welcome to Tuesday. And I just got my At Games Legends Pinball machine, and I've already started to tinker. As you know me, I don't like to sit on things stock as much as I can unless I feel like I can really improve it. And so, first off, I want to give off my initial impressions of the cab. I haven't done any gameplay at all. As you can see, I'm super stingy about my plastic. I haven't even peeled the plastic off of everything. The only thing I did was I unboxed it. I did turn it on so I can at least get the latest updates on the firmware, but I have not tried out any of the pinball tables to check out how I feel about the gameplay itself. And I've been doing a little bit of research, obviously, from all the other content creators out there that have covered At Games Legends Pinball. So, shout out to P-Dubs and Cool Toy and folks that have really shown the way of what you can do to modify this, adding a PC, for example, which I do have a PC prepped and planned to see if I can do my own version of getting it updated. But the thing I wanted to do very first off from the get-go, I was in love with how Arcade 1Up designed their cab with the chrome trim and the legs. And I can say, the Arcade 1Up is literally right next to me, and it's a beautiful machine. And I gotta say, it wasn't love at first sight when I saw the Legends Pinball. Even when it was up for pre-order, I had a hard time looking at the black box design and the side artwork and everything. So looks aside, I guess you could say I'm a little bit of a shallow arcade guy because looks matter to me, and she's not that pretty. This is me personally. In terms of a pinball cab, the body is just a little bit long. The back box is just a straight box. But the worst part about it, I guess compared to the Arcade 1Up, is it was lacking kind of the chrome trim. On the sides, it had this black metal that was going across. So the first thing I did was like, oh, I wonder if I can find a place that can chrome dip this trim and this lockdown bar. And so while I was looking into that, I was like, why don't I just grab some of my metallic chrome spray paint that I have. And check this out, guys. I've already gone the way of spray painting. I guess you can see it on this camera. I spray painted my lockdown bar and trim. This is the original black on the backside to this. It says chrome, but you can't spray paint chrome. It's like a metallic silver finish. And then I clear coated it. But look, it pretty much matches the same color as the sides. So since these legs aren't chrome as well, this is a nice metallic finish, like an aluminum matte finish. And this lockdown bar looks exactly the same. Look at the color of it. So now I'm going to have matching legs to the trim and the lockdown bar. So that was my very first cosmetic mod, because again, as I said, I'm a little bit of a shallow guy and I haven't seen what it looks like put on. So I'm gonna install it right now. The only thing that I need to really do is I need to get metal nuts or bolts, sorry, because the oh, that looks nice. I like it. It's looking good. Because the stock bolts are black. So that will just be a little bit of an update later on. I have to get these. So I'm just going to grab my drill and start putting it on for the first time so you guys can see it. But let me know what you guys think. I think this is a simple cosmetic mod that I'm doing here. So you can kind of see here what I'm doing. I'm adding this metal. I said chrome in my video, but you can't do chrome. I might consider, I was actually looking up and researching how much it would be to get these pieces, these 3 pieces, plus the chrome legs the legs to be, to find a vendor that would do chrome dipping. And like people that do automotive chroming, they take quotes. And so I wonder if I could really get this really blinged up. It's not as shiny as I would like, but I think it's a personal improvement. I like the way it looks so far. It's just a nice, has the little black bolts on it, but it's simple, right? You guys can just get a can of spray paint. It's in clear coat. I mean, I can definitely leave the links to the one that I specifically use, but other than that, I think it matches really well. And that's what I was looking at when I looked at why I like the Arcade 1Up version so much, is that the aesthetics of it match from the entire cab all the way through, from the legs to the chrome trim, even the fake chrome trim, right, that's applied on, to the chrome lockdown bars. Like the Arcade 1Up cab from top to bottom looks blinged out. And so I remember I already kind of knew what it looked like because I saw my very first first initial in-person cab at Bobby Boo's house, and I see Bobby here, Bobby, and I wasn't in love, but yeah, but it's, I mean, it's Ben saying it, you prefer the black. Honestly, I think it's going to be a matter of preference. When you talk about looks and what looks good to you, it's definitely a a matter of preference and what you prefer. So I mean, this is just something that I wanted to try out and see how it looked. I could, if I hate it, I could always spray paint it black. I could always try to go back and do the full-on chrome dip for it, but I thought the legs matching the chrome, or at least the metallic look, would look a little bit more themed. So I'm also planning to probably reskin the cab as well, because I'm not super familiar with the Gottlieb tables, and I'm not like a fan of the big classic. So we'll be looking at options to add artwork, but I don't know. I thought it looked nice. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But you guys are seeing a. I don't know if anybody has done this. Has anybody ever seen any of the folks that have had the cab do this yet? I was trying to see if anybody had done any cosmetic mods to their At Games Legends. I know there's a couple of folks that have already added DMDs into the Backglass and made a larger back screen monitor, which I might be doing as well. I might have plans to, increase the size of the Backglass, maybe even add a third screen DMD, because my goal, getting kind of in the theme with Arcade 1-Up, I like having my V pins and my cabinets pretty much almost 75% of the way complete. And the Legends Pinball machine is great in terms of putting together a 32-inch monitor, a Backglass. It has pretty decent hardware if I wanted to really keep things stock, and has such versatility that I do want to keep the ability to play the stock Legends ecosystem with CoinOps Next, and then adding in ArcadeNet and some of the online play features. But just the fact that I can also stream from a PC, there's just so many things going for the modder that really likes to tinker with their toys. And so AtGames is really jumping out to me in terms of their product lineup, which I haven't honestly dived into too much. So I'm still very new to AtGames overall. I do have a Legends Gamer Pro. I have a Legends Ultimate, just the control panel, because Bobby Vu gave it to me. Thank you, Bobby. So I'm playing around with that. But look at this. I'm playing around with it, and I don't know. I like it. Let's see. Did I put this on right? Did this just fit over like this? Yeah, look at that. There you go. I don't know. I'm trying to look at it for the first time to see what else it's missing, but I don't know. Maybe I have to think about it now. It's like, now do I like it or do I not like it? Because originally the playfield and everything is all black, and even this front panel is black too, especially when you have the thing. So everything kind of matches really cleanly. And now there's like a big difference. But I mean, I think that's how the Arcade 1-Up is. So I think I just have to get used to it. My eyes have to adjust to it. But so far, I'm kind of liking it. So nice improvement. You like the bling as well. Well, Chrome for sure. So again, simple, optional mod for you folks if you guys are interested. And I just have 2 more bolts to drill in here, and then I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to test it out. I'll be opening this up again when I did order the mini controller from National Owners Day, so looking forward to getting that and installing that. Got to see how P-Dub installed his and what else you can do. So yeah, we'll definitely be looking at doing a vertical build to add into this. And so when I spray painted it, I also added several layers of clear coat, so I can make sure that it doesn't rub off when I'm playing it and I'm touching the sidebar. So it feels pretty good. Has like a nice enamel gloss to it. I'm missing a screw, so I gotta find that later on. But there it is. Oh, and then I'm finally going to remove the plastic, which is like the last thing I always do on all these things. So there's the plastic removed. Beautiful 32-inch playfield, looking really good, really clean. And we'll remove this one as well. I always imagine Glenn when he's like trying to leave stuff in bags, but I like it. I don't know. It needs to be chrome. That's what Nacho was saying. That's what I'm thinking too. Like, I think the matte aluminum of the legs, that's what kind of threw me off, that it was just like a matte aluminum. And now that I did the full thing in this matte aluminum, it's shiny. If you look at it in person, it's hard to see because you can't really see. Yeah, it has a little bit of a gloss shine to it, but it's pretty much almost the same matte style as the legs too. So Yeah, if it were completely chrome and really shiny, I think I would be way more happier with this. But you know, this is a start just to kind of have something that matches the legs. I may eventually find out how much it costs to chrome dip the 4 legs and these 3 bars to do real chrome, because then it'll look as blingy as the arcade 1-up one, which we all know and love, right? So just the chrome metallic look of the arcade 1-up from the legs, it just adds so much more. I don't know. I just love the look and feel of it. So I think that might be just a cosmetic mod, or maybe there's, I don't know if it would even be cheaper to buy just lockdown parts that are chrome already from pinball vendors. So we'll see what the cost analysis is, if that's worth it. But I tried something different. Love it or hate it, I now have silver trim panels, and maybe it's because the rest of the decor is all black. Maybe that's why I'm like not super in love just yet, because everything else like still has black trim. If this was silver too, if this was silver on the chrome background, that might have done it as well, but we'll see. Oh, I should have probably removed this before I screwed it down so tight. Hold on. All right, so I'm gonna loosen up the back box a little bit because I want to remove this plastic. All right, get the plastic out of the way. All right. The plastic. I was just for a minute I was considering leaving the plastic on, but it's too much plastic. But it crossed my mind for a second. I was like, how long can I leave this on here without getting super annoyed? But okay, I'm gonna lift this camera up. Take this off. Sorry for the loud noises. Okay. All right, there she is, all nice and clean. There's the mod if you guys want to see it. Again, for those that just came in, I took off these side trims and the lockdown and made it match the color of the side legs. So I mean, you can kind of take a look at it from the side and see how it looks. I don't know. I think it's an improvement. And I'm just saying that because I just spent time on it. So I'm honestly not sold that I like it, but it's okay. Let me know in chat what you guys think. So I like the To Die For. I have to give that a try. Is the black gloss also tempered? What color spray paint did you use? Just great. It was a metallic silver chrome finish. It's a VH Team chrome plated silver. It was way shinier. But then I also had to use clear coat to make sure that I covered the paint so it didn't chip or fade. And so the clear coat actually dulled down the shininess of it too. And plus it's like darker in the room too. But it does look like it has like a metallic aluminum finish. Like it's almost matching the legs. If you look at the legs, the like aluminum look of these legs right here, it's pretty much the same style with this, which is kind of what I was going for. I wanted it to match the legs as much as possible. All right, so I'm 15 minutes into not a huge fan of the matte legs. Oh, what did Tech Games say? I like the look of the actual pinball legs and how they bolted it though. Yeah. So yeah, the matte legs kind of turned me off. The back plaque is just acrylic. You should have waited. I did my Toe Shocker Ghostbuster and theme, and you painted green to match the 1-up. Oh yeah. Oh, UAG says it's an improvement. All right. Yes, I got at least one fan. That's cool. All right, cool. Let's turn it on. Let's boot it up. We'll test out some tables. All right, so the switch is on the bottom side. Got the lit marquee on the back side. I already have a PC prepped and ready to go, and I already have the EDP converter too, so I can plug it into an HDMI and then get a double PC going. So for folks that haven't seen what I did with my Pinball FX3, with my Star Wars Arcade 1-up cab, I turned it into pretty much a dedicated Pinball FX3 cab. I originally replaced the Backglass, and I'm gonna put it back in, but I just haven't done it yet. So right now I have the marble table playing. I have all the solenoids working in it, and pretty much this is going to be a dedicated Pinball FX3 cabinet. So the solenoids are working beautifully. I have everything on the DMD Backglass, and again I can have the back image anytime. But this is a very simple build. I made my own custom front end in Launchbox so that I can flip through all the different gameplays that I have here. Have my own custom playlist for all the Marvel. Can flip through what I call my Universal tables, Star Wars, Zen tables. Got the classics. So these are all running specifically through Steam. And I know that on a PC you can run Steam games on the At Games Legends too. So, but I wanted to keep the builds pretty separate, just because if I'm going to have multiple pinball machines, I want them to do different things. So I'm only going to be running Pinball FX3 on my Star Wars cab, which is sponsored by Zen, so I think that makes sense. And then I will be doing Pinup Popper. I did the Baller Installer. I'm going to be doing VPX and the other Gottlieb and potentially the Zachariah tables. I didn't buy them during National Owners Day, so during the next sale I may pick that up. But for me personally, I'll just kind of give my caveat. In terms of pinball, I've always been a brand name pinball player. If I'm going to an arcade or a museum, I really only play the tables for, you know, IPs that I'm familiar with. So that's just personal preference, that the Gottlieb tables and all the Zachariah tables, the 105 tables that you can get, none of these stand out to me because I've never played them, so they don't like really hold that nostalgia place in my heart. I'm sure I can get into them and they're wonderful games, but I want to test out now one of the games. So these are 22 games that are on here, and then see how the solenoids, not the solenoids, the haptic feedback is, because I know that there's exciters here, there's feedback. I know how the solenoids feel from me modding it, so I definitely want to get a feel for this. So let's test out a game. I guess the game that I know the most is probably Haunted House. That's probably the most popular game that I know of, and I'm still getting used to the controls. So this is me experiencing the game for the first time and seeing how it plays on the Legends Pinball. So let's load it up, see how it is. I'm excited. I know you guys won't get to see the playfield that much because it's really low, but let me see if I can adjust at least this down a little bit so you can see it somewhat while I play. So I'm more here just to kind of feel that, for you guys to see the haptics and everything. But here we go. Oh, there's a volume switch up here. I want to turn up my volume. I want to see how that feels. We're gonna hit the start button. All right. I like the Backglass, very clean. First thing I'll say right off the bat, like the monitor difference between this and the stock Arcade 1-Up, night and day. The stock Arcade 1-Up monitor, I mean, I'll say it bluntly, it was trash. The 24-inch playfield, the quality of the monitor that they used was terrible for like, even if I wanted to mod my Star Wars one, I wouldn't have kept it because I didn't know if I could change it. So I actually replaced my 24-inch monitor there. But this 32-inch monitor looks great. Like, now that I'm looking at the size of the 32 to the 24 and the quality of the monitor, even the Backglass looks really clean. Like, you don't see the washed out blackness that you see on the D&D Backglass on the Arcade 1-Up Star Wars D&D. So that's really good to me so far. So just looking at the picture quality of both monitors is pretty high quality. So I'm really happy about that. So volume wise, I can hear everything going. Let's turn it up. All right, let's test the plunger. Plunger's pretty sensitive. I can see the spring moving, and let's see if it feels. All right, so yeah, there's only a little bit of a dead zone. Like, if I'm pulling it back, pretty much the last inch or so is the dead zone compared to the Arcade 1-Up, but there was a lot more of that dead zone. Oh, okay, interesting. This is interesting how, oh my goodness. Oh, I'm backwards. I've never played Haunted House before, so I haven't played backwards this way. Oh, that's how the exciters feel. Okay, so interesting. Like, you definitely feel the rumble on the top part of this plane, but it's not how I expected. Because I don't have any surround sound force feedback on my Arcade 1-Up. So again, this is just me feeling the force feedback for the first time. Again, when you hit the flippers, the exciters will go off. I don't know if it's just me or for other people, but there's like a noticeable slight delay from when I hit the flipper, and then when I hear the thump. It's like flip, thump, flip, thump, flip, thump. So there's like, maybe the sound effects volume is a little bit different, but yeah, there's a little bit of a delay from when I hear the exciters. And is there, maybe I don't know, I gotta check the chat. Is there other force feedback, like exciters in other places of the cab that I should be feeling it? Or am I only feeling it underneath my wrist? Is that the only place that I'm supposed to be feeling stuff? So yeah, I can definitely feel it, especially on these bottom two areas are where I just tilted. Okay. Alright. I'm interesting. I can feel it. I'm trying to formulate the thoughts in my head of like how this compares, obviously, to the arcade one-up solenoids. And I can't remember the stock solenoids on the arcade one-up if they felt weaker, or since I've done my mod, I've cranked up the settings so it fires, I think, at 100% based on my DOF settings. But the solenoids now, when I play my arcade one-up, feel really good. Even though they're the stock ones, like I can press the flippers and I hear this sound coming from the speakers and I feel the rumble, but it's not a clear thunk like you would a solenoid. Like I think I definitely feel the flipper of a solenoid. So it's a very clear thunking that happens when you are pressing a flipper. Even if you can't feel it as much, like I feel more satisfied hearing the solenoid than I do putting my hand here and feeling the exciter. I don't know, maybe that's me. Like when I'm playing real pinball too, if I think about it, I just played real pinball the other day at Captain's Auction Warehouse. Like you're playing the big old table, and not often do you feel the flippers. You hear it, you kind of see it. There's a little bit of that visual thumb. Maybe it's because I have the volume. Maybe I gotta turn up the volume effects settings all the way. Is that what I need to do? Do I need to do anything else? Try the Zakaria tables. Virtually no noticeable delay. All right, good call. So maybe it's just some of the games are more optimized than others. This is just my first experience. So again, I've watched some videos, but again, experiencing it for the first time is very different to know that some tables have that little bit of a delay versus others. All right, and actually, I can't play any of the Zakaria tables because I didn't purchase them, but I definitely will try it out. But let me go back, and we're going to try a different game. I want to see if the stock games have any of that issue as well. Let's try it. All right, button, quit game. Can I quit game? Quit game. Back. Forward nudge. Sorry, I'm still learning the button controls. Nope. Okay. All right, back. That's the nudge button. That's the menu button. Menu. Quit. How do I quit? Quit. It's funny because I also judged the arcade one-up pinball like hardcore based on the first table I played, which is the Boba Fett table. That became like my baseline of how I felt about the rest of the arcade one-up cab. And the Boba Fett table experience was so poor that like really pushed me to want to mod it and get a better graphic. And you know, my first experience playing the Legends Pinball in the Haunted House, noticeable lag on the delay. The flippers just don't feel as good and solid as the solenoids. I mean, this is my honest opinion in terms of playing that for a while and now testing this out. Like, I think maybe we can amp up the settings and test it out. But, you know, I think I have a pretty clear preference for the feel of the solenoids than I do the exciters. At the moment, maybe I can tweak some of the settings. And again, it's just, I think it's about optimization when you have so much going on that it can do. So I can't even exit a game. I'm going to quit play. And Makai Hurt says, I always prefer the thump from the balls. So clever, you, so clever. Why can't I quit this game? Home, resume game, move, selection, settings. Like, I'm trying to hit back. Number of players. No. This. Okay, that took me back to the table menu. No, that's the table menu. Why can't I quit the game? Okay. Somebody in chat tell me how to quit the game. Rewind button after selecting quit. Thanks. All right, rewind button. So hit quit. Rewind button after selecting quit. I'm selecting quit, but I'm pressing the rewind button. This is really embarrassing, guys. I don't know how to exit out of a game. I'm pressing this button here under the quit play, the red button. I am pressing the red button. It's on the quit play. Where's the any key? So I moved it to quit play, and I'm pressing the red button, or this button, which takes me back to the menu. Menu, plunge, home, pause, quit, home, pause, quit, 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 Quit. Do I have to turn this off? Oh man, this is terrible. This is terrible. This is terrible live streaming TV. But I can't even exit a game. Maybe I have to do like a hotkey. The nudge actually works great on the Legends Pinball. Good to know. Good to know. Kelsel's Arcade says you work in software, so you got to say the UI that needs a manual can't be good. Select quit game, and then rewind red button. All right, so quit game. I'm doing quit play. That's what it is. You guys see that? It had two different things. It said quit play and quit game. Sorry, I don't claim to know it all. I am just another community member like you guys that's struggling to find my way through. All right, cool. We got through the games. All right, let's try out a different game. I want to try out one more game before, just to test it out before I dive into pulling off the backside, because I have my PC prepped and I have VPX installed, so I want to see how that plays on this too, because that's my main goal actually. I think honestly I will be playing more of this with my PC and VPX than I will with the stock tables, but we will see. Let's try another table. Wagner Stock Tuck said he had the same toggle. Happened to you first. All right, so I'm not the only one. It's good. I'm feeling a connection to you guys that we can get it. So we got Central Park, Bone Busters. Does anybody have a good recommendation for one of the stock tables that plays well? Like if there was a marquee table to Wagner, what would be your recommendation here? Gladiators. I've heard about Going Nuts being a pretty fun game. Is that a good one? Going Nuts? Yeah, that's like a golfing game, right? Tee off. Tee off. Okay, I saw somebody said teed off. Teed off. There it is. All right, let's do teed off. Teed off. All right, let's test some of the nudge features too. I'm curious about the accelerometer on the nudge features because again, that was not great on the arcade with that too. I think every company's gonna have their fault to see what's good or not. So let's do it. Let's play. Play. Okay. I wonder if in the menu settings, button mappings, quick game settings, can I actually change the master volume, FX volume? Here we go. All right. I like to overwrite the audio system on this table. I want to make the FX volume go up. Up. Yeah, let's get it up. Let's get it up. I want to hear it. Teed off is my favorite so far. All right. Does anybody have like good settings for this? I just want to see if I can feel the flippers more. All right, let's go back. Back. Okay, there we go. Plunger's good. Plunger feels good. Starting to feel the sound a little bit more. It's a hand massage, guys. Ooh, it's the rumble underneath my palms. It almost, it feels like a bad subwoofer that is trying to vibrate and make noise. Maybe this is just me experiencing haptic exciters for the first time and you can feel it, but it feels like if I was driving in my old 99 Accord coupe and my 12-inch subwoofers in the back of the trunk were rattling really hard, and then I would feel this like vibration coming out of like the seat of the side of my car. That's what these exciters feel like. They don't feel very clear, thumpy. They feel like a strange shaking vibration. This is just me not being used to it, but it doesn't feel like a pinball flipper if that's what it's trying to replicate. And maybe it's because of the placement, because my hands are right here. Like I really have to feel it. They're right here on this corner. So I almost have to like, if I wasn't putting my hands on top of this and I was just holding on the side, say I was just putting my hands right here, I would not feel anything. Just like if you're just putting your hands here without doing anything, you're not feeling any of that. You actually have to physically put your hands on top of this to start feeling the exciters more. So I know I did hear that they're going to be potentially putting together a solenoid upgrade kit. So I would be highly interested in doing that and adding some of those features to it. Because yeah, and maybe it's because I didn't screw in this last lockdown bar section, so it feels rumbly. So you guys are getting my raw first thoughts. This is just my initial opinions playing this game for the first time, and I didn't really get to test the nudge features. Let me test that one more time. All right, BBB. I got 9 million points by not doing anything. I still want one player. Let's do it one more time. Let's see if we can get the... I'm going to trap the ball, and then I'm going to do the accelerometer to nudge. Okay. Boom. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, let's trap the ball. Trap. Let me see how it feels. Nudge. 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 That's supposed to look like. Nudge. Nudge. I think it's hard to like see if it nudges or not, right? Like, I know there's a nudge button. I like that the fact there's a button, but I don't know if I can feel the actual accelerometer moving. Nudge. Nudge. Nudge, nudge, nudge. I'm shaking this table and that ball is not moving. If I hit the button, that's a nudge. This is a nudge if I press the button. There's a built-in accelerator. Isn't there a built-in accelerometer into this? I nudged so much I moved my camera. I thought there was a built-in accelerometer, no? Or is it just the nudge buttons? Is it just me? You have to change the settings after the update, right? Is that I did do the update in the main setting menu, but I haven't done anything else in terms of settings. But I'm not feeling the accelerometer on here. Maybe I have to do more research on setting it up. It's in the settings. Oh, okay. Let's go to settings. FX volume, master volume. Maybe it's in the main menu settings. Okay, let's go to the main menu settings. I want to turn that back up. Okay. To get used to this UI. Calibrate the nudge. Maybe flip it upside down. Yeah, let's flip the upside down. Oh, a high score submission. What? I got recorded to the high score submission. So this is what I'm also really excited about. Like all my future purchases moving forward, either have to have unique controls for any of the arcades that I get or online features. So the Legends Connect family, I have a high score submission, a recorded 8,966,000 with a high score of BBB. I don't think that actually is going to land anywhere near a high score, but that's pretty cool. I love the connected features of Legends Pinball. I can say that much for sure. I definitely need to play with that more. Okay, so let's go back into the UI. Rewind this back. Let's go to the settings. Settings. OTG mode, wireless controller, health check, page 1 of 3, clock, flash drive X, startup page, pinball settings. Is it under pinball settings? Gonna paint my legs black. Oh, that might be not a bad idea. If you're gonna have the black trim and you want the legs to match, you can do that. I tried to do this metallic trim. If you guys are coming late, I spray painted my trim to match the legs for folks that didn't see. So love it or hate it, I now have a metallic finished trim. Pinball settings? Is that where it's at? Okay, let me check pinball settings. Master volume, display, flipper mode, flippers inverted, pro button mode, stretch, result tables to default. Is there a nudge calibration setting that I'm missing? UI preference, live streaming, voice chat, arcade net play, device info, wireless control, sign out. All right. I'm looking for the nudge settings. Somebody said I had to. Let me know in chat. Help me out, guys. For all you folks that already have your Legends Pinball and are trying to help a brother out, let me know. Nudge is the message side. All right. Pinball settings. Master FX value, master view, display mode. What's that? The settings are in game. Oh, I have to do it per game? I have to like calibrate it per game? Mod the crap out of that butt ugly thing. I can't wait to get mine modded. We're not gonna lie, WKRP Cincy, she's not pretty. The shape, like this is the part that gets me the most. If you look at the backglass, this backglass here is just a straight it's a straight rectangle. It's a square box. Like if you look at the profile design of it, it's a long body and a really tiny back box. Like this back box, if you wanted to make it look nicer, it should have been curved, have like a little bit of an angle here, and it should have been bigger, at least just physically, so that it matches the length of the cab. So the proportions of this cab just look off compared to like the 3/4 scale of the arcade one-up matches. Like the back box, like the arcade one-up box is bigger than the Legends one, even with the shape of it, and so it matches the frame with this. So yeah, she's looks wise, she's not pretty, but my wife is the prettiest thing in the world. Look at her over there doing some work. She's, she's giving me the stare. But yeah, okay, so that's the Legends Pinball looks. But again, I didn't get it for the looks. I got it because Bobby Wu convinced me and all the other content creators that the 32-inch monitor and all the functionality of it was kind of up my alley, which I do. I like to tinker and tech, and you know, having a second pinball table that I can play my PC on was the main goal. So I'm talking a lot, so I have to do this per game. All right, it's brutal. They are brain dead. It's like they haven't seen a pinball machine before. Yeah, it's not pretty. I might be thinking about, like, now that I think about it, I might convince Bobby to help me do like a new back box. Like, wouldn't that be a simple mod too, to be able to make a new back box frame? And if you're gonna reuse the guts, that's fine. But to actually make the shape of the back box that like, if we just fix the back box and made it look like a traditional pin cab with the more slanted front parts, and making it just maybe like an inch bigger so that it just has more heft to it. That's all it is. It's just a box that screws in. I think that would be a really good mod, Bobby Vu, if you're listening to me. And you know, I think you could, if we're gonna reskin it anyways, that might be something that's worth doing. That could be simple. So yeah. Earth Monster AZ. Supposedly they're gonna come out with a solenoid kit. Yes, hopefully. Don't know if that's true. That's what I've heard too, that they might do a solenoid kit. Amaze Bobby hasn't done anything with virtual pinball cab yet. Go to the black hole, go to settings, push D-pad right, 2 menus, accelerometer, and happenings. Go to black hole. All right, so that's a game. All right, I'm gonna follow your instructions, Ronsky. Let's go, Ronsky. Thanks for the help. Okay, so we're going to go to a game. Go to black hole, play, nudge, okay. Go to settings, D-pad to the right next to settings. Settings. Oh, 1 of 4 pages. There's 4 pages of settings. Oh, I was just on the first page. That's not intuitive. They should have like little arrows up here too, because you're looking up here, but this says 1 of 4 pages. All right, so toggle mode, display mode, table specific audio settings, reset haptic strength, accelerometer sensitivity, configure accelerometer. Do I have to configure it for the first time? All right, let's configure accelerometer. Calibrating nudge accelerometer. Please wait a few seconds and then press accept. Accept. Please nudge the table to the right and then press accept. Right. Accept. Configuration complete. Press accept. All right. We did it. Accelerometer sensitivity. I'm bumping it up to 60. We'll see. Accelerometer configured. Thank you for the help. I really appreciate that. That was really awesome for the instructions. I didn't know there was 4 pages of this. Okay, so let's go back to the settings and play a game. Black hole. Okay. I'm feeling the rumble of my wrist. Okay, let's capture it and then see if I can nudge. Oh yeah, you can definitely feel that way better. All right, and left. Oh yeah, that nudged. That good. Let's go to the right. Yeah, the nudge sensitivity, the fact that you can change it, that's awesome. I think that's fantastic. The arcade went up nudge feature, blew. It totally sucked. And this feels really good. I love it. All right, so you have nudge buttons and the nudge function that works. I can see that. Yeah, I think I can improve a high score if I actually have like a little nudge. Yeah, you want to see that physical table, the whole thing like shaking and vibrating. I know I'm kind of like moving here, but can you guys see it? Most of you guys have already seen gameplay, so you don't need me to go over super gameplay things. I'm just going over like features and my first thoughts on how everything feels. But So overall, first thoughts again, not a fan of the exciters. I like solenoids better. The plunger is better than the arcade one up. Maybe I'll do a comparison video, just like features, because I think that's probably something I already have a baseline now, so that's something that I might do. But yeah, the plunger the functionality is better than the arcade one up. The looks of the arcade one up plunger is way better though. Maybe this is an actual real style plunger for classic pinball tables, but the look of this style plunger, maybe it's because of the chrome trim again. It just appeals to me more. I do gotta say though, just other quality differences that I've noticed between this one. The buttons on the At Games and most of the At Games products, like the quality of the buttons that they use are way better than arcade one ups. Like they have a slight micro switch in it that you can actually feel a clicky to it. They don't feel super mushy. The mushiness of this arcade button feels pretty bad. I haven't changed out any of the buttons at all. But the solenoids, you guys hear that? Can you hear the solenoids? Like maybe I cranked up the solenoids more. But it's not only the flippers, but when you're playing a game and then you I'll play a game and then as it hits bumpers in the back, like the bumpers in the back on the bottom, they fire off like crazy too. So that experience feels good, but I don't feel like anything that's happening on the back when I hit bumpers. I don't feel the haptics on the At Games Legends. There's none of that back table feedback on the exciters, unless I'm missing something. Maybe I can play one more time and see if I can hit some bumpers in the back or something. But I'm not feeling anything. Those bumpers are hitting. Oh yeah, the bumpers are causing haptic feedback to go off, but it's like you hit a bumper, but then your palm feels it, which is kind of weird, right? Like you want to feel it in the table somehow. So I don't know. I need to do Nostalgia's mod. Sorry, the camera's like way over here. I need to do Nostalgia's mod of putting the solenoids on this top box because maybe that'll help the feel of the haptics better. But again, I think it's because I tweaked my DOF settings that the solenoids feel way better on the arcade one up. All right, I think I've had enough of playing the stock games so far. I'm gonna get into. I've already been talking for 45 minutes. I'm going to attempt to put a PC in already and see if I can sync up the controls to JoyToKey and play some VPX. So I've only done this in research. I've not done this in practice at all. So this could go absolutely terrible, but this is why I do live modding sessions so that I can make the mistakes while you guys watch and laugh at me while I do it. So here we go, guys. All right, you said it, Jude. What do you guys are saying in here? Doing a stream of the Sicario tables tonight at 10. Cool. Up, down, left, right, activates the exciter super max. That is a great comment. You win, David. The solenoids on the bumpers are a great touch. Really gives a better sense of the physical interaction. Love that on the Star Wars Marvel. You don't have to talk to Mars yet. Yep. Sounds good. Okay, cool. Derek Smith says, you got this. Thanks, man. All right, so we got this. We're going to, I'm going to shut it off. I'm going to convert the Backglass to an HDMI port. I'm going to plug in that plus the HDMI into this. And then I believe Cool Toy was saying I can use OTG mode and set up the controller so that it registers on my PC. So I can use the buttons and register how it looks in the system. Never done this. We will see. Wait, they can change the top frame to silver instead of black? Oh, you missed my first mod, Complete Geek TV. This is the very first mod I did. I took off the trim and I painted it to a silver metallic finish so that it matches the legs. What do you think? What do you think, CGTV? Trying to make it look a little bit more blingy like my arcade one up, but don't know if I accomplished it because I feel like it needs to be like actual shiny like metal. If it did the shiny metal for those that are just joining, I think it would look better. But yeah, that's why it's silver. It's because I spray painted it, added some clear coat to it, and now it matches the legs. And maybe I would have to add some more metallic trim to this to kind of complete the look of it, but I'm not 100% sold on it, but hopefully hopefully you guys like it. All right, Murray can love the cabinet and art goes downhill fast. After that, you'll mod both eventually. Looks like a giant toy shock. It has a better monitor than the toy shock for sure. But yeah, maybe the metallic look isn't quite as nice as I thought it would look. I'm not that I'm regretting it. I do that often when I mod things. I'm like, oh, I think it's gonna be really cool, and then you do it, and you're like, anything can be fixed. We can do everything. All right, I'm talking a lot. Let's get to modding that back box right now. Okay, so I'm gonna move this camera back around. Actually, and I think to like turn it off, I just flip it off, right? Like somebody tell me in chat if there's another way to turn off At Games products, but I believe I can just flip off the switch, right? All right. Skylar has a tip for me. You found a flat ribbon cable style HDMI USB cable that runs inside your Legends Ultimate cabinet in a clean way. You could do that here to keep your stock function and look. Yeah, definitely message me and let me know what else. Flat style HDMI. Oh, so like the actual like ribbon portion of it is flat instead of like a thick one. Okay. B, figure out how to change the screens and get a real DMD. Somebody's already done that. I think Meatball Saucy. There's other couple guys that already put in a real DMD, but I think that's on my to-do for sure to do a 3-monitor setup. But for sure, for now, we're gonna do a 2-screen setup, and then we're going to add in this guy. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is, right here. Oh, here's the other thing that like the other big thing that dropped today for all the II arcade fans was the release of Space Ace. Right? Did anybody else get Space Ace? And I downloaded it the second Jong hit the detonate button, and it's been stuck, and it has not updated, and it hasn't downloaded yet. So I haven't done a review on the IR Arcade, but my 2 biggest purchases for Dragon's Lair 2 and Space Ace so far have not gone well. So I will hopefully be able to play some Space Ace later tonight and try to beat Prentice's high score. But I have it sitting here waiting, so I don't know. Cannot play my Space Ace. Oh yeah. Oy, 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 oy. IR Arcade, gotta love it, you gotta hate it. But yeah, I'm kind of buying big titles on yours downloaded, Brad. That's good to know. I'm glad at least some people got it. I saw Glenn was streaming it earlier today, but could not get it going. All right, so let's do this, guys. I'm gonna move this to this side over here and put this lights back here. I'll turn my camera so you can kind of see me on this side. All right, just so you can see what I'm doing over here. All right, so we are on the back side of the pinball cab. I already removed the sides of the panels here with the lock key, so that's kind of cool that it's there like that. All right, and then this is the EDP cable that we're going to take off. We're going to put it and attach this on here, and I'm going to grab some sticky PCB heat really fast. Hold on, just so I can mount this and get it clean. So whenever I mount a VS display adapter, I like to use these PCB feet. There's little tiny ones that have adhesive mounts on the back side of it. And then, so yeah, these guys right here. I'm going to put some PCB feet onto here. That way we can get this mounted and ready to go. See how fast we can do this. But for folks that have already done this mod, let me know if you have tips. Again, I'm learning every day, and that's a great thing about being a part of this community. For everybody that's been following along in my mods, is that I learn from other people all the time. So I really appreciate the feedback for folks and tips that you have, like Skylar sent me. So let me know if you have any particular tips. But happy to hear from you guys. So we're going to drop this in. And again, shout out to Cool Toy for doing the video, because I watched it and studied it to get the right adapter. He got some Amazon affiliate credit from me. I'm sure he does all the time. But yeah, he does the nice produced videos, and then I do his same things, but I do it live with the chance that I might break my own stuff as an example of what not to do. So I'm hoping that you guys find some value in this. Okay, so here's the EDP cable. It can kind of go a little bit higher, and then it can attach here. So I almost got to see where I can place it, where it doesn't, because it's taped down right here. Okay, I'm going to lift off the tape, And then I'm going to mount this probably over here. So sorry, you guys can't see my hands. Okay, so let's pull this back. Okay. So we disconnected the connector that goes from the bottom. And we're going to connect the monitor display into this. So for folks that don't know what I'm doing, the monitor Backglass uses this little ribbon connector to connect a signal. I think it's called an EDP wire. And we are going to connect it into this adapter here, which will connect that ribbon cable and then give us an HDMI out that we can plug into a PC. So from there, that will be registered as a second monitor. There is already HDMI ports on the front of the main monitor that we can use. So we are going to line this up, stick it in, and hope that it works, because this is the first time that I'm using this connector cable. Let me check. UAG Pinball, I was asking you if you'd have a base out. Okay. Let me lift this. So there's a little tab on this thing that we need to lift up. And if you stick in the ribbon cable, like so, and we're going to snap it back down. Simple. Okay. Now this is, I just gotta find a good place to mount this now. All right, I'm gonna move this tape just up here for now. And maybe I'll put some other things, but I'm gonna mount it pretty much like on the bottom side, so I'll have like a little bit of space to put the HDMI cable, because I kind of don't want to bend this ribbon cable too much. Right, I'm gonna take this off for a second so I can mount this down accordingly. See, it's kind of hanging in this awkward position. Like it's not far enough for me to mount it in the bottom, and it's not far enough for me to mount it. Like if I place it anywhere, it's gonna bend this cable. Ugh! Live modding. Like what do you do? Okay, I think I'm just gonna mount it right here and just have it bent slightly. But I'm hoping my HDMI cable can still fit into it, like that. All right. I hope that's good. If not, I'm just gonna have it hanging out. It's already popping off too. We'll see what's going on. All right, so that's already mounted. That's good. Now I have my PC, and I'm gonna leave this right here. I have my PC down there at the bottom. So I have a pretty much my sample budget build. It's a Dell Optiplex. I think this is a 9010 with a 3rd gen i5. Has a GTX 1650 with 3 HDMI ports out, so that I can, or 2 HDMI ports and a DVI port, so I can do a 3-monitor display setup. I threw in 16 gigs of RAM just so I could have it, 500 gig hard drive and SSD. But I don't think you need that much RAM. But maybe, especially if you're doing some of the bigger packs and things, you might be able to use it. So I'm going to plug in my PC, plug in the 2 HDMI cables, and I'll be right back. Oh yeah. Oh no. This is where I should have had all my supplies ready. Okay, got 1 HDMI cable. I got 2 HDMI cables. The other thing that I need to do is I think I forgot to get a USB-A male-to-male so that I can plug in the PC to the Legends Pinball, because that's how it actually registers itself. So I might need to scramble and find a USB adapter really fast. All right, so here's my PC down here. I'm just plugging in 1 HDMI port here. Okay, and then second HDMI cable down here. All right, Simpsons and MVC2 will be must-buys when available. I agree. Well, I don't know about, this is where I keep telling myself, it's like, I'm not going to buy any caps unless they're unique controls. But if, as long as it has online play, like Simpsons is iconic. But once I finish it once on my Pi, on my TMNT mod, I rarely play it anymore. So unless the X-Men also has like a beat 'em up online functionality, but it's gonna be hard for me to get any of those cabs that don't have that feature. Okay, so I have 1 HDMI that's gonna go into this connector here. I don't like how this is just hanging out here. I gotta find a better way to connect this. You guys are seeing like this thing, I just connected it, and this guy is just hanging here, and it's like not at a great angle for anything. So I gotta find a better way to make sure I secure this down. If anybody's done this and has taken pictures of it, I'd love to see how people have modded this out. Okay, so there's that, and then I'm gonna plug the HDMI cable into the front of the Legends pinball machine. So I'm gonna leave this camera here. I'll move it to the side so you guys can see. You guys are coming along with me. All right, so on this front side of the Legends pinball, there's some connections there. Sorry. All right, so we're going to plug in the HDMI cable right here. And then I need to find a male USB cable to plug this into my PC so we can use it as a controller. All right, I think that's all I need to do on the back side. It's just that. So I'm gonna leave this camera here so you guys can see it. All right, you guys are chatting with each other. That's good. You guys keep up the chat. All right, I'm going to make sure this stays in. Come on, HDMI. That's plugged in. Let us plug in all right, turn on the PC, and now I need to find a male-to-male USB cable, which I should have. I should have plenty of those, so I'm not worried. Male-to-male USB cable. All right, so we plug in the PC. I will be right back. Give me 30 seconds. I have a giant box of cables. I'm sure many people do. It's like this giant box is all my extra USB cables and other things that I got going on from many electronic devices. So I think this is my USB bag. So we'll see if we can find a male-to-male USB cable. Oh no, that's the different one. That's micro USB. Come on. Let's do it. Male-to-male. I wonder how often there would actually be a male-to-male USB-A cable. I might actually not have one because it's always like an adapter, right? That goes from something to something else. Oh, I think I might have found one. No? No? Oh no. Oh, it's just two of them. Dang it. Oh, wait. Okay. This is... Oh, I think this might work. Oh, it's really weird. This is like a singular... Huh. Alright. It's weird. It's like a USB-A to USB-A, but then it also has a separate attachment for something else. This might be a winner. Gamer Pro has one. Oh yeah, I can just pull it out of the Gamer Pro, right? That's true. I could open up my brand new Gamer Pro that I haven't opened up yet. I have one that I opened up, and then yeah, that's a good one. You should just open up the Gamer Pro and grab it. All right, let me try that one to see if it works. Do you have a Gamer Pro that came with one? Short, but it works. The Backglass needs a complete redo. Not gonna lie, yeah, you have a lot of unused space back there, so it needs to be bigger, and it should be big. Okay, UAG thinking fast. All right. Okay, so Gamer Pro has one. I'm gonna try this one to see if it works, and if not, then yeah, I'll bust open the Gamer Pro and throw that in there. This one's actually really short too. It's like only like maybe 3 feet, 2 feet. So I might have to raise up because it's supposed to go into this USB cable here, and this needs to reach all the way down there. I need to raise up. I need to raise up my PC now because it's not going to reach all the way down there. I need an extension cord. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Live modding. All right, I'm gonna use this box right here and then prop my PC on top of it, and that should make it tall enough for it to reach. Okay, you guys are good. So this is up, up, up. Okay. All right, we reach. So I have this all the way down here. So I have my PC down there on a little box, and then need to make sure that it reaches. I might need to stack something else on there and see if it reaches too. Let's get creative. Okay. PC isn't quite there yet. Almost. Can almost reach it. Almost. Get the PC a little bit higher. Okay. All right, I think we made enough space. All right, let's plug in the PC. Let's plug in the cable. Oh, it's like just a little bit too short. Apologies, guys. Do I need to call out for a Kong day tomorrow? No, man, I'll be done hopefully soon. I know I've already been going for over an hour, but we'll see how these live botting sessions go, if I'll be able to finish this up. But I'm just grabbing another PC to stack this up. Just get it a little bit higher. And then should be good to go. All right. But that's what modding's all about, right? That's Tinker time. Hopefully this is inspiring some folks on what they might be doing with theirs if they get theirs. I know many people are still waiting for reservations. Oh, I guess I didn't tell people how I got one either. People have been asking me that. Like, I actually was in wave 4, and I was very fortunate enough to get a Sam's Club order. So that's how I got my Legends Pinball. Big shout out to my guy, Harry Snodgrass, who's watching. Big shout out to Harry. He's the one who alerted me and let me know that it was open and ready to go. So I appreciate you. I know that we've been connecting a lot. So that's how I got my Legends Pinball. I jumped the waves, but I overpaid because I don't have a Sam's Club membership. So if you don't have a membership and you purchase something, you can still buy things. But at that point, you have to pay a 10% markup. So I paid an extra $70 plus tax. And yeah, that's how it happened. Okay. All right. Put a sandwich underneath it. So we got the PC plugged in. We got it prepped. So now let's boot it up. And then I have to switch the monitor settings, right, to PC mode. And I think the PC should be showing up on the back box already. Hopefully, if I did it right. But oh, I didn't power the back box little monitor thing. I have to bring. I'm so dumb. I need to grab a little 12-volt adapter from something and plug it in. So let me grab a 12-volt adapter. I'm all over the place, guys. Sorry. All right, I'm gonna unplug my Marvel vs. Capcom and plug it into the back. So we have space. Oops. All right, running back to the back of the cab. We need to supply power to that little board, otherwise it's not going to do anything. Silly, silly, silly me. Okay. Plugged in power. Okay. Now, should hope to see something on the monitor real soon. Okay. This is plugged in. Do we have anything showing up on the Backglass yet? Nope. I wonder if I connected it right. That's the other thing. Did you cancel your wave 4 reservation, B? I don't know if you need to cancel it proactively, or if like they send you the email, if you can just not purchase it. So they've already taken my $20. I don't plan to purchase it. So maybe I can proactively cancel it. So yeah, I have not canceled it yet. No Gundam, no good. Throw it out. Yes, cursed existence. But I can Gundam once I mod it up, though. There'll be some ways to play some Gundam Pinball. I do believe so. I do believe we can, so that's a good thing. But I don't have the monitor backglass working, so the monitor backglass is still blank. I put on the, you guys can see I have this plugged in. Let me plug in the connector and see if I actually physically need to turn on the on button. Okay, if I connect that, I have to push the on button. Okay, that's power. Okay, there's green. So that's getting power. Okay, so the board is getting power, but the monitor is not lighting up. So I'm going to test the connection to my adapter to make sure. Maybe I have to flip it upside down. This one isn't as easy as your standard one where you just kind of plug it in, put it in. Maybe there definitely is a certain way that maybe the blue side has to be up. That might make sense because if the blue side is up, that means that it's actually touching the cables on the bottom. This is where I need to pay attention to Doug's video more. All right, blue side in, down. Let's plug it in. Did anything show up on the screen? Hurry up. Nope. Anything on the backglass? Backglass, backglass. Backglass, backglass. Backglass, backglass. Okay. The on button. Top down. Maybe I need to like plug it in more. Push it in harder. Nope. Okay. New technology, you guys. This is always one of those things where you can always watch a video and you can hopefully see how it's done, but until you actually get it in hand, you're actually testing it out, that's where it can all go downhill. Okay. All right, I think it should be good. If anybody's already done this mod and has tips for me, definitely let me know. Because right now I'm struggling right now. So I flipped the cable on this so that the blue side is facing up and the things are facing down. But I'm not getting any picture on my back box. So this is getting power. It's kind of showing this red signal, so that's not good. It should be green if it's actually producing any type of signal. It was actually producing a signal earlier when I had it. So I guess I should be looking at chat to see if there's any guidance here. Won't display as stock isn't connected no more, right? Yeah, so it should. I haven't switched to HDMI on the main playfield, but the back playfield should be showing the monitor from the PC at the very least, because all it is just it's not receiving any more of the connection. So am I doing this right? You might need to enable the monitor in Windows. I guess maybe I need to reboot my PC. Why don't I do that? Why don't I reboot the PC and see if it'll detect the monitor that way? Okay, so we're gonna do a manual reboot. Reboot. Okay. All right, you've manually rebooted. And did anything happen? No, it's still red. That's not good. You've done it and it works? Mad Dads, give me some help, man. You need to switch the channel to the second monitor. On the PC? Oh, there it is. It turned green. I mean, it popped up? No, it's not showing up. Yeah, because there's no connection from the thing. Is there? Okay. Do I need to do something in the actual settings to get the back box to work? Switch to HDMI. All right, settings. Let's do it. Switch to HDMI settings. Wireless mode. Wi-Fi. Is it HDMI settings? Okay, user interface, control lock, data manager, live streaming. Startup page. Device info. Is it under OTG? Last page. You guys are awesome. They're helping me out HDMI setting. Okay. Okay. Control mode, main display, second display. Okay, control mode. 2. All right. This is where I should have tested hardcore before I did this. This is my thought that I could get this going live on camera in front of all you fine folks. Oh, my camera dropped. I'm all over the place, guys. This is the worst live botting session just because I'm not so familiar with the At Games ecosystem. Gotta learn how to get this going. All right, Legends Pinball is resetting. Okay, let's see. You can do it. Thank you, guys. The HDMI switch is where you plug it in. You need to turn on OTG to do that before you do it, though. All right, that's good to know. We're back. I'm sweating. Oh my goodness. Trying to live mod. It's not going well. All right, the pinball machine looks like it resetted itself. But I thought as long as I had the connector from the HDMI converter, that it would go directly from that into my GPU and just kind of boot up. Someone in the arcade went up. Office is laughing at the stream with a devilish look. It only works on Wednesdays. Mad Dad needs to join me. Yes, Gene, I need to get you on here so that you can help me out, man. So let me, Gene, can you free, man? I'm gonna send you an invite right now. Get on here live and talk me through this. I'm gonna hit up Mad Dad's Gaming right now and be like, I need to phone a friend. StreamYard. Phoning a friend, Gene. Come help me out. Let me know. Who wants to see Mad Dad's Gaming save the day? Gene needs to help me out because again, this is where it takes a village. All right, Gene, phoning a friend, man. If you can come and walk me through this, let me know. Tampa Tech has the best video you've seen on this. All right, that's good. I'm gonna check it out. I need to do more research and check it out. Form like Voltron. And I love how the community is all here watching me kind of go through this and struggle and fail. I think there's a lot of folks in here that want to see it happen. I actually did spend a lot of time on my pinball build, so I finally dived into learning a little bit more about Pinup Popper, and so I did the Baller installer, which I highly recommend for folks that are building a brand new pinball PC from scratch. And once you get it set up, highly recommend checking out the folks at Nailbusters that put together an awesome installer that'll get you up and running with basic tables. And then from there, all you need to do is just find your tables from the VP forums, and it will work perfectly. So I got that set up. I have a pretty decent front end that I was excited to test out and get going, but I'm failing. Try to see what's going on. I'm trying to flip that cable around back and forth. This is where I might get stuck. Try SSF. We still think you're cool. Thanks. If I can't get it in the next 5 to 10 minutes, we'll probably give up, end the stream, but at least you guys got to see me testing it out. My first thoughts, seeing that at least the Chrome mod, I got something else. But at the very least, I was able to do that. I could plug in my PC into my Star Wars mod, but yeah, I have plans to really go forward and see if I can get some more force feedback in here. If this is going to be my everything but Pinball FX 3, I need some more feedback. So whether or not they come out with the haptic Solenoids kit, I definitely don't feel like the haptics and the exciters are enough for me from the pinball feel and the mechanics compared to what I've seen before. It is frozen. I know, it just froze. It kind of stuck here. Bobby needs to come save me too. You need to mod it up. I'm gonna put some sauce on here later. That's the other thing I was gonna do too. Like the other reason why I wanted this is because I don't have a big vertical arcade besides my Pac-Man cab. So this is going to become my dedicated vertical arcade cab too. So running Bobby's Sauce or a version of that, which is vertical games, is my main goal. So those are my main goals for this. Rear warranty has been voided. Yes. That's good. All right, this thing's totally crapped out. So maybe I have to like reboot this whole thing. All right, so let me try it one more time. I feel like if I have that thing connected, it should show up on screen. I don't think there's anything else I need to do to really get it showing. But I need to go back, watch my other content creator folks jump in here and really show me how it's done. Okay. All right, I'm gonna try this one more time. Blue side down. Okay. All right. There you go. Let's boot this up. Yeah, I wonder how the actual stock monitor is receiving power though. If it's receiving power from the cab, then yeah, it definitely needs to be on. Quack's here! Yeah! Quack's here to watch me fail. I couldn't get the HDMI settings to work on my converter board, so I gotta go back to the well and make sure my converter is working. And then I was trying to do the HDMI settings so I could at least see the main playfield. Maybe I can at least just get the main playfield working. Let me double check that at the very least. All right, let me make sure my HDMI cable. Oh, maybe my HDMI cable is not plugged in all the way. Maybe that's what's wrong. That could be it too, right? HDMI cable is not working. Let me try just this. Let's just plug in one HDMI and do one thing at a time. Baby steps. When you are modding and you guys can't figure it out, try to go down to the lowest common denominator and see where else we can get going. So, all right, let's go back to HDMI, settings, main display, second display, control mode OTG. Okay. Insert external HDMI monitor, insert USB into the pinball slot. Done. Show me the PC. I heard something. I heard something go blah blah blum. Blah blah blum. For folks that may have joined, the only thing that I've done so far in terms of modding overall is I painted this kind of a metallic gray so it matches the bars on the bottom. And then I've been attempting to add in a PC in the back box monitor, but I can't get it to work. You have to watch this and how this machine works. Yeah. Thank you guys for sticking out and watching. I need to see Quack's pinball Pampers Pincade. Yes, absolutely. All right, so I switched over to OTG mode and to the HDMI setting in the second monitor. So I have this plugged in. I have my PC plugged in. Does my PC need to be set up somehow? Now I'm trying to wonder, like, what else do I need to do to get this to work? All right. What else, PC? Clean like a baby cloud. Might take a lot more Legends Pinball available to life. Yeah, it's not as easy as I thought it would be. I mean, I see the monitor on. Like, do I have to press a button for it to go into second screen mode? Second screen mode, go! Alright, try this other HDMI slot. So my PC. Legends Pinball showing up again. It's kind of getting stuck. Oh yeah, looks confusing. Yeah, so essentially there's a option in the settings to change the HDMI settings from this over to a second screen, which I have plugged in right here at the very top. And I should be seeing my display, my PC display here, but it's not showing up. All right, I think I'm gonna throw in the towel, guys. And I've already been going for about an hour and a half. I didn't want to take it too long on the stream, but at least you guys got to see my first thoughts on the At Games Legends Pinball. So far, to state in a nutshell, it's not the best looking cab. I think it's actually fairly, I'll just say it bluntly, it's an ugly shape. The back box itself, it needs to be more of a bigger shape. So design wise, the features, I do like the Wi-Fi enabled online capability that all the At Games Legends family has. I think it has a great feel for it. The quality of the buttons and the build itself is nice itself. And then the features that you can do for adding new games and tables, like those are the main selling points. The physical look of it probably needs to be updated a little bit. The graphics. I wasn't a fan of the exciters, honestly, compared to the solenoids and the haptic feedback that I feel from the arcade one-up. My modded arcade one-up with the basic haptic feedback feels great with the solenoids. And these ones just didn't really feel it. The plunger is awesome, though. I'm not the plunger and the accelerometer for the haptic feedbacks. The nudge features actually work really well with this. So those are my final first thoughts for the At Games Legends Pinball. I'm going to be diving deep into this. We'll be into the lab as soon as I end the stream. I'm pretty sure I'm going to take another hour to figure this out, and then I'll be like, I got it. It usually just happens, but not during a live stream like this. So I appreciate everybody that's been joining and watching out. Just another quick tidbit for folks that are interested in seeing what else I'm doing this week. On Thursday, I will be hosting with my guys from Fighters Evo, the finals tournament matchup for X-Men versus Street Fighter on their Arcade 1-Up cab. So there's been a small online community headed up by Footy Laughs, who has a good YouTube channel that promotes fighting. So if you want to watch the top Arcade 1-Up players in X-Men versus Street Fighter, these are like the two best players in the entire cab that are going to be going at it head-to-head. And so we're going to be doing an interview with them on Friday at 5 o'clock during the next level. Hope you guys join me there. If not, have a great rest of your evening. I'm sorry that I failed here for you guys, but hope we had some fun. Hope you liked my fake chrome trim on my arcade one-up or on the At Games Legends Pinball. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody. Bye. See you later.